I don't think I have a preference, and I don't necessarily think I need a follow-up for every single point of contact. I get a lot of handwritten letters after interviews. I think that it's a nice gesture, but if you sent me an email, I wouldn't think of anything different. I do like the follow-up after the interview because it kind of lets me know that you're still interested, or, you can communicate that in the communication, but I don't have a preference. If it was just a stop by at my booth, I definitely don't need any type of follow-up unless they're just wanting more information.
If a candidate is truly interested in our program, they will reach out to us in some way that shows this sincerity. However, if every residency candidate starts giving every program a handwritten letter or an email, it will make those things meaningless. Same thing if every single student comes around to you at every single meeting just to what it creates is more hoops for everyone to jump through, right? Then everybody's got to start doing that. And then because everybody's doing it, it's meaningless. I would say each residency candidate should be as authentic in their interest in the program as possible. And if compelled to do something extra, like write an email or handwritten letter, then do so, but do so of your own volition, not because you're supposed to, not because of some other hoop to jump through.
I think this is something that is changing. A handwritten letter is nice, but I really think anymore, even an email is probably fine as well. I don't look down on someone if I got an email versus a handwritten letter. It doesn't mark them down in my book. Yeah. This is probably purely people probably have a lot of opinions on this question. So I imagine you've received several different answers about it. But I will accept either. I appreciate a handwritten note, but I also appreciate a well-written email that is, that again is not over. I want something, if you're going to take the time to write a thank you note, try to put that personal touch into it too. I really appreciated talking to you about this. So bring in that personal element so that you kind of refresh their memory that, yeah, we had that connection. We were both interested in this area, or we both had horses, or, something. It doesn't even have to be anything pharmacy related, but having that personal touch in there, I think helps a lot.
I think that follow-up for us is really important, especially after the interview. And the mechanism really depends on the timing of the interview to when rank order is due. A follow-up communication garners extra points, essentially, to candidates once they've come for interview. I think a handwritten note is really impressive if they can manage that. But again, if you're interviewing a week before rank date, you probably want to send an email to make sure that it gets there before ranking happens. But I don't think sending CVs is helpful. And so we have had candidates follow up after showcases, and it's helpful. It makes them more memorable. Again, it may not be something that would rank them higher on the rubric, but when we come down to who to invite to interview, it's those extra little things when those candidates are on the cusp that say, oh, but I remember them, and my instinct says, let's choose candidate A over candidate B.
So I use the business card. CVs, it's just one extra stack of paper. I rarely look at the CVs. Business cards, so we keep track of every email that I get, and we ask people to sign in to our booths. I keep track of who stopped by because, again, I want to see in the end, have they made contact with me or not? And so a business card, if they don't sign my sign-in list, which I usually have, a business card is something I'll hold on to and kind of go through at the end. But I don't need it if they've signed into my booth, but I do like to know they stopped by.
We at ASHP, we don't routinely take CVs just because, again, it's a lot of paper to be carrying home, and really the more the focus is for you all to gain information from us, I think. But we will collect business cards, and we do jot little notes on the back, like interested in pediatrics or interested in internal medicine, so that we know you do have an interest maybe in one of the areas that we have a PGY2 program. But we don't routinely take CVs because those are going to change a little bit before you actually apply. So I think, again, going back to the purpose of the showcases, I really think it's for the candidates to gain information about the program. So, I mean, we'll take a CV if someone hands it to me, but there's not a lot I do with it from that point. But business cards are nice just to remember who you are.
I think that CVs, even at showcases, are not appropriate or helpful. I don't mind at all business cards. I actually use them. I'll jot down information on them that I remember about the candidate. So when applications do come in, we'll match them up to see, oh, did this person actually talk to us? And, what impressions do I have?